Welcome to Study Loop.
The way I would approach this problem is SOHCAHTOA. That's what I would do, SOHCAHTOA. And the first question they ask for is a side that's opposite. So it's either sine or tangent, because they have the OA sound in there. But then when you look at that 71.1, that would be the adjacent side. And if you're not on board with that, it's because across from the right angle is the hypotenuse. So the first one you want to do is tangent of pi over 6 is equal to opposite, I'll call that x, over the adjacent of 71.1. Just make sure two things: that one, you are in radian mode and you know how to cross multiply. So what I'm talking about is multiplying that 71.1 over. So 71.1 times tangent of pi over 6, and I get an answer for x to be 41.050. That just says two decimals, so 41.05. That's the opposite. So what I would do, this is just a me thing, is because I know the adjacent and I want the hypotenuse, I would go with cosine to find that one. So cosine of pi over 6 again is equal to adjacent over the hypotenuse, which I'll call y. And at this point, like I said, I like to cross multiply. So if you cross multiply and divide, like I know some students will just do 71.1 times 1, which is kind of silly, but that's what they still do, divided by cosine of pi over 6. And this will find the hypotenuse for me. And again, I need to be in radian mode. And I get an answer of 82.10. It's actually 82.099, but that would bump it up. And the last thing is the other angle. And a lot of students are good at that. They know that the angles in a triangle add up to be 180 degrees, but in radians, that would be in pi radians. And 90 degrees is pi over 2 radians, and then subtract off that pi over 6 that you're given. So if you think methodically about this and you get them all to be a denominator of 6, 3 pi over 6 minus pi over 6. 6 minus 3 is 3, minus 1 is 2 pi over 6. But my guess is your teacher wants you to reduce that to be pi over 3.